I'm Jim Reed. This is a page from my red clay diary. It's all about life, actually. This is called A Taste of Cool, Clear Water. Cousin Little Pat Hassel is slowly pulling an old rope downward, leaning over the side of a deep front yard well. As he pulls, a clunking sound from below signals the ascension of a wooden bucket filled with water. 8-year-old Jimmy 3 watches coverall-clad little Pat as he labors to secure the bucket, swings it to rest on the edge of the well, then reaches for a large ladle. We're back in actual time now, some 75 years ago. Jimmy 3 and little Pat stand in sight of a breezeway clapboard family home on the North River of Tuscaloosa County. The well is the source of all water for the Hassel family. Jimmy 3 is just visiting. A nearby outhouse stands guard, as does a grunting plow mule and Aunt Dinah's simmering collard greens. Jimmy 3 licks his lips in preparation for the well water that he considers to be magical, coming from the depths of the earth and all. At home, across the Black Warrior River, Jimmy's family has indoor plumbing, thus indoor running water, on tap at all times, no effort required. This is like being a Davy Crockett explorer, this retrieval of deep water from the original source. He learns later that Davy himself once explored the North River country and entertained the idea of settling down here. That did not work out, but the pioneers and Indian tribes who populated the area did drink the same water that little Pat and Jimmy 3 are about to drink. The ladle is full of cool, clear water. Nothing ever tasted as good as this water. Jimmy savors its fullness, its heft, as he glugs. Little Pat does the same, but in a more routine fashion. This is an everyday occurrence for him, a once-a-year adventure for Jimmy 3. For the rest of his childhood, in fact, for the rest of his life, Jimmy 3 would cherish this baptism from sacred groundwater. Whenever he slurps from a public fountain, sips from a garden hose, peers into a plastic restaurant cup of suspicious fluid, grabs a convenience store bottle of unknown sourced refreshment, whenever he splatters his face in the wee hours of the morning, whenever he tilts an earthen mug, whenever he wonders how all those fizzy bubbles showed up in that cola, he recalls the North River and little Pat and deep, dark places where water hides out. All this time later, the grown-up Jimmy 3 is still momentarily captured by memories past whenever he hears the sons of the pioneers sing, "Can you see that big green tree where the water's running free? And it's waiting here for you and me?" Water. Cool, clear water. The squeak and clunk of rope and bucket remains sweet music, just in time to take me back to the loving protection of memories that refuse to go away.